Okay, recording in progress, and thank you so much for being here with me today for this heart of the autumn celebration with my tea. Of course, it's not a Monday tea, but it's a tea for the occasion. And thank you for everybody who will watch later. So I love these celebrations because it's a way to reconnect with nature and to reconnect to our inner deepest resources. So I will spend a couple of words also about what is happening in the opposite hemisphere, because of course it's the heart of autumn or fall for us living on the northern hemisphere. But for those who live below the equator in the southern hemisphere is the part of the spring. And in this moment, in this period, I love to bring everybody's attention on the fact that nature shows us every time balance, balance, balance. Okay, we can keep the balance in many ways. It's a kind of dance. Balance is never static. It's something constantly moving, but there is always a balance, at least in nature. Okay, so for most of the people, this moment of the year is known as Halloween. For other people, is known as Samhain or other celebrations around this moment, around October 31, November 1st, 2nd, like this. So just to recall something from the Celtic tradition, yes, Samhain for, well, I hope my pronounce is correct, was a celebration, the true celebration like the beginning of the year. It was something really important, something related to the end of the harvesting season and the beginning of the darkest part and coldest part of the year. It was really like the winter, even if it's an anticipation for us. The astronomical winter happens later for us. Okay, but for the Celts, this moment was like a kind of gate or bridge in between the visible and the invisible worlds. Okay, and not just for the Celts. We see that there are many, many, many traditions around the world in telling us that in this moment, it's like the doors between the visible realm and the invisible realm are open, and we can get in touch with the invisible. That means a lot of things. So from a perspective related to nature, we can say that we are in the heart of the fall, of the autumn, that is connected with element air, the season. But we are in Scorpio right now. Scorpio is a water sign. Waters, deep waters, dark waters. So it's true that there is also a door on our subconscious, on all those aspects of ourselves that we don't see usually, we could also ignore maybe. So it's always an invitation to explore a bit more those areas, a bit more in the shadow, in the shade. In the lunar cycle, it's the waning moon. The moon just before the new moon, becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. And this is the co-significant week, because it's waning moon right now. The new moon will be November 4th. Greta, yeah, I know. You are awake and you want to shop. I know. Okay, let's keep Greta with us. Hoping you will not distract me too much, or the audience, of course. So I give you some information right now, and then we will proceed with the meditation activation. And I hope Greta will sleep at the time. Anyway, so it's in the moon cycle that is also connected to the menstrual cycle. This is that moment just before the dark moon, the new moon, the period. So it's like really recollecting our energies to get rid of what we don't need anymore. And in a woman's life, and the stages of a woman's life, this is that moment between the 40s and the 50s, a moment of change. The energy changes. There is a big transformation. Exactly the same kind of transformation we see in the nature that prepares to the winter and then to another spring. Okay? So the most important thing is that when we look at the balance, when we look at the opposite hemisphere, is the heart of spring. And if we look at the meaning of this season for us in the northern hemisphere, autumn, the fall, the leaves are falling, they are dying. Part of the nature is dying. Exactly what happens also in a woman's body preparing for the period. There is something we have to get rid of because the pregnancy didn't happen. So the body is preparing itself to get rid of those elements ready to welcome a new life. But if that didn't happen, okay, let's get rid of what is not useful anymore. And it's the same for the trees. If a tree wanted to keep the leaves, unless it's an evergreen, but it's not exactly leaves, the tree would die in the winter. The leaves would be frozen and ciao, ciao, bye-bye tree. So it's a good moment to cut, to get rid of what we don't really need right now. And it's the perfect moment to recollect those resources that we can maybe exchange, or to connect to people reliable, or resources that are reliable in our life right now. It's a good moment to discern, for discernment and selection. So the heart of the fall, the heart of autumn is really the perfect moment to take a look and maybe give away, exchange, establishing connections that are really nourishing for ourselves right now. It's a moment in which we can recall our energies and turn them inward. And it's really, really important. And what about the invisible realm surrounding us? Well, there is an invisible realm surrounding us, and there is an invisible realm within ourselves too. Sometimes we are not completely aware of our resources and talents. And this can be a magical moment to stop doing, and just listening deeply to ourselves and ask ourselves if we are aware of all our talents and skills, and if we are nurturing ourselves in order to express our inner treasures. This is the most magical moment, and the magical moment to let this kind of alchemy happen. The alchemy is that from falling leaves, dead leaves, then during the winter, the earth, Mother Earth, will absorb the nourishment, the food for the new leaves in the spring. And remember, somewhere on Earth, in the southern hemisphere, this is happening right now. So every time we feel like, oh, this is the end of the process, we are close to ending something. Yes, we need to get to closures in order to open something else. We need a closure. We need a symbolic death in order to open ourselves to a rebirth. And this is really the heart of this season, the heart of autumn, the heart of fall. What is that we can let go? What is that we can acknowledge? What is that has accomplished its task in our life, and to what we can prepare terrain for? We don't know what is coming. We don't know. We don't need to know. Nature knows that the fall is the opening for the winter and a new spring, a new cycle of life. We don't need to know what is coming, but we need to acknowledge that we are ready for this transformation. We are ready for this symbolic death and rebirth. And it takes the long time preparation, because we have to still to go through the winter, and the winter is the bringer of the treasures of healing. So right now, ask yourself, what are the resources, the reliable resources you can count on in your life, within yourself, maybe surrounding you? Just remember that also from your ancestors. For sure, there was people with resources. And even if you have stories going on with your family, your parents, grandparents, even if you know there are things that are not always easy to process and accept from our ancestor, now is the time to look only at the resources. Look at the resources, because for sure, from and among your ancestors, you can find someone with strong resources, because the fall, autumn, the heart of autumn is also that moment asking us to look at survival, not just like, okay, I have to survive, but if I should survive, on what I could count on, or what is reliable, what is that I can trust. Look at yourself, find those resources in yourself, but also thinking about maybe your family, or if you don't know anything about your family, that can happen. Look at the resources from Mother Earth, from nature, because for sure you will find something inside yourself reminding of the resources coming from nature. And let's now bring a little bit of light in the darkness, because the darkness is a place full of treasures. Usually the treasure, you don't find the treasures like here and there. The treasures are usually hidden inside, but also in the fairy tales, usually the treasures are underground or hidden somewhere. There are dragons guarding the treasures, many other things. We have Greta now. She's sleeping, so she's not guarding anything. Okay, grazie. Thank you, Greta. But let's go with a very short meditation to bring some light in the darkness, not too much. And let's find something in those dark waters. Let's find the anticipation of spring in the autumn, in the fall. And let's see from those are inner treasures and resources what comes to you for you. So now take your candle. If you have a candle, it's okay. You can light a candle, you can grab some water, or you can, of course, do this meditation tomorrow, after tomorrow, doesn't matter. Do it when you feel comfortable, do it right now. And just sit or lie down if you prefer, but in a comfortable place. And connect with your breathing, connect to your breathing. So take the time to slow down your breathing. If you want to, you can close your eyes and just connect to your heartbeat. Imagine that you can breathe in and out around your spine, in the area of your waistline, all around. But don't force the breathing. It's just make it comfortable for you. And listen to the body weight. Imagine that you can let flow the weight of your body into the ground, and you can feel lighter. Maybe if you are sitting, you can push gently your sit bones towards your seat, and then you can feel your spine more flexible. You can move a little bit and just take a big breath, feeling that the air is the element connected to autumn, fall. Now the air is going to meet the waters, and you can feel this flexibility in your body. You can keep moving gently your spine if you want. Gently, just like you could float in somewhere. And then come back to your breathing. Again, push a little bit your sit bones on your seat if you are sitting, and feel again that the more you put your roots into the ground, maybe your feet are on the ground, your sit bones are on a support, on a chair, maybe, and the more your crown can orient toward the ceiling, toward the sky, and just enjoy the silence, the quiet, and imagine that you are sitting in a beautiful place, a safe place. It can be inside, but could be also maybe outside. And in this place, you can feel that the darkness is coming, the sunset is there. And there is a bonfire, there is a fire illuminating the evening that is coming. And you see a beautiful tree. The atmosphere is magical. The colors of the fall, of the autumn are still there. Orange, yellow, but the trees are letting go their leaves, and you see the leaves also on the ground. And you feel attracted to this beautiful tree, and the roots are so powerful, strong, and you notice that this kind of opening at the bottom of the tree near the roots. between the roots. It's like a cave inviting you there. You can take, maybe you have a torch, maybe there is a lamp, maybe there is something illuminating your path, and you decide to go down there between the roots and explore. There is a space, and the space is comfortable. And you find that in this kind of soft darkness, it's a darkness, but it's not so dark. Because you have your candle or torch or whatever making light with you. There is a little pool of water. It's not a lake, not a pond, it's small, but the water is there and you don't see the bottom. You see just this water that is dark, of course, but it looks clean. You cannot see the bottom, but you stay there and you look at the water inside. And suddenly you can feel the presence of many, many, many kind, supportive souls with you, surrounding you and bringing light to your vision. So you look into the waters and you can see something appearing there. It's the tree itself. It's the tree, but it's in another moment of its life. It's the tree with the small little green leaves. And you see that you are seeing the spring into the fall, into the autumn. And now the image changes and you see the tree. You are inside the tree, but you see the tree reflected in the water. And now the tree is the tree you saw before, in the autumn, in the fall, with a few leaves on it, red, orange leaves. But all the leaves are on the ground right now. And again, the tree changes. No more leaves on the tree. Maybe the snow, the winter. But then it's so magical because again, you can see the leaves, the green leaves of the spring and some flowers. And again, the vision changes. And again, it's the tree in the fall right now. And you stay there looking at the beautiful tree in the water, aware of the fact that the more you can let go right now, and the more you will get in the future at the right moment. Stay there, look at the waters. The vision may change. Maybe something else is coming to your eyes. Maybe you can see something else, or maybe it's just a tree. Stay in touch with your heartbeat right now. Just breathe in and out through the space of your heart. Gently imagine that you are blowing, exhaling into the waters. You are ready to let go because you know that there are treasures, new treasures waiting for you right now. You need just to take care of yourself, just to look inward, inside, within, and let the treasures unveil to your inner eyes. You can express a thought of gratitude to all the souls surrounding you, with you in this moment. You can feel the power, you can feel the light, and you can feel how much the darkness is useful and helpful, because otherwise, how you could recognize the lights? You can feel the light in your heart, and you can start feeling lightness in your heart. And you don't even need to go back. You can close your eyes again, also in the meditation, and just move a little bit your spine as the waters you were looking inside were inside your body right now. And you feel that in your body there is the power of all the seasons. And you feel that you can start breathing and maybe stretch a bit your limbs and keep moving the water inside your body. Keep feeling the flow of these waters inside your body. And finally, opening your eyes, you feel that beautiful space with the tree and the bonfire in which you were. Well, now it's your room. Maybe it's your body itself, that space. But you can express your gratitude to your body, to nature, to this beautiful moment we spent together. And take another breath and just maybe yawn, maybe just feel that you can move your body and take all the space you need to acknowledge your ability to connect to your deepest invisible resources and bring them to light. Bring them to your consciousness. Bring them to your awareness. The fall, autumn, is the most powerful, transformative season. We need just to allow ourselves to rest or to get ready to rest and digest, but to process, integrate all what happened right before in the past months. Just take the time to reconnect to yourself and to your deepest resources in the silence, in the darkness, and you will feel the difference. You can go through this very short meditation activation whenever you want. And now it's time to stop the recording. Feel free, for those who are following this in the replay, feel free to write to me and to ask me questions. I'm stopping the recording to let the people who are with me right now to share and speak. Thank you.